Yes, up to now, it has no status of the farm. Thank you.
Switch off the mic.
Chair, the committee was reliably informed about the handovers. The 45 animals were mentioned, goats were mentioned. So that doesn't look like an abandoned place to me. Because if handovers were done, equipment was there, how could that be an abandoned place where you have over 100, you have 45 animals, you have implements, which implements are now even secured? They are now seated somewhere within Kitwe. How can we call that abandoned, Jane?
Debs, you should not change your submission. Mind you, you did a submission last week, and members are following up from your submission. So don't change anything. Honorable Daka.
Madam Chairperson, I think the debts for Kitwe is taking us back, and as a committee, we will not accept that. If you remember what happened last week, Dr. Kawama is the initiator of the project. He handed over to the one seated next to him, and there were handover notes, and even the one seated to him handed over to the current debts. And there were no disputes that the issues that were queried under the Auditor General were not correct. So we cannot be talking about abandonment this time around. We are talking about what was handed over to you that you couldn't account for when the auditors came on the ground. That's what we're discussing now. So that issue, I think, this committee cannot accept it because you can't keep on changing submissions. So, Madam Chairperson, I wanted just to re-emphasize on that one. And secondly, I would want to find out from the current PO that when people claim that animals died, if you look at the submission from the Auditor General, the only proof that an animal died is the disposal itself should be a death certificate. When the auditors were on the ground, the current administrators failed to furnish us with a minimum of 46 death certificate for the cattle. And moreover, there were even goats that they couldn't furnish the auditors with the information that indeed as a proof that the animals died. So that's where the issues are. Even those people that you say you found on the ground who claimed that they were workers at the farm, could they, if actually they claimed that animals died, if an animal dies, which means the carcass cannot be consumed, so which means they have to be disposed of. Were they able to show you even a single grave, or where a single grave of one of the animals that died? Because if I was you, the only proof to those villagers who are ignorant is to ask them, why did you bury the animals that were died? Did you ask them? If you want to submit before the committee and we want to convince this committee that indeed the animals died. Madam Chairperson, I submit.
Okay, PO and Debs, you've gotten the questions from the members. Just to take you aback, do we have the Debs who handed over to you here?
Yes, yes. Chair, he has finally come.
Okay. Okay. Debs, can you give us the position of what happened when we were handing over to him?
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Honorable Members of Parliament. I'm sorry I came late. As I alluded in the last submission, Chair, I handed over 46 animals and 108 goats. I submit.
108 goats?
Yes, Chair.
So, through the PS to the current Debs, even if it's in the middle of the mountains where you found the 46 animals, 108 goats, can you call this place an abandoned place with such animals, Debs? Because in your submission you said it was abandoned, but you received 46 animals. These are cattle, plus 108 goats. Can you call such a place an abandoned place, Debs?
Thank you, Chair. What I was simply talking about was that I couldn't have money. He's here. One, he couldn't hand over any money. Secondly, there was no direction.
Honorable Wamnyima.
Chair, through you to the PS. We are not talking about handover of money. You received animals. Where are they? They were handed over to you. Where are the animals? Not money. We are not talking about money. If the animals were sold, you say we sold. Not taking the committee for a ride. He's now going for money. Which money? So because there was no money, the animals should die. Can you tell this committee and be serious? If he doesn't have answers, can he please guide according?
Debs, the question here is not about money. It's about the animals and the farm equipment. So your response should be around this, not money.
Thank you, Chair. The first.
Honorable Daka.
You can have the mic. Chair, if you observe this current debts, when the predecessor wasn't here, he wanted to mislead this committee that he took over an abandoned farm. My question is to the debts that came before you, the current one. Did you hand over an abandoned farm? This committee would want to find out, because your successor was submitting to this committee that indeed you handed over to him an abandoned farm. We want to be clear on that matter. I submit, Madam Chairperson.
The former Debs, can you respond to those questions?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Honorable Daka. In my understanding about abandonment is the farm was not functional. There was literally nothing happening. Yes, I accept animals were there, but there was no activity. No single activity, even to pay for the workers were there. We are sourcing money from secondary schools, lobbying for us to make the payments for the salaries. In my understanding, Honorable Chair, this could be the idea my brother is considering. The chair at the farm had no direction, neither finances to sustain it. I submit.
Chair, we cannot accept drama. This committee is a public accounts committee. Where are the animals? Where did they go? You couldn't pay, so what happens? You paid through animals. Maybe